have never once had to start off one of my videos with a warning before, but today I have to extend one to you. When I originally plotted this video, I intended it to be a detailed look at UCs, how they work, how to trade them, all of that, but what I didn't expect is for Neopets to knock me on my ass while I was making it. Some game-changing information about UCs was just released, of course, so while most of the information in this video is still educational, this kind of turned into a meltdown live reaction. The base information is still good to know, and I compiled everything that I do know about this big change into the end of the video, but it's not going to be perfect and I didn't want to just delete all of my hard work, so without further ado, here is the video essay turned apocalypse cam. Hey, welcome to Neopets 101. If you're here, you're probably doing about as well as I am mentally. Today, we are going to be talking about unconverted pets, what they are, why they're important, and what the future looks like for them. You may have heard the term UC floating around, seen some odd looking pets on users' accounts, and stumbled across the elusive Jungle Boo drama. Unconverted pets are a mess and a half, so hopefully this video helps you understand a little bit more about them. First, let's start with the basics. So if you're brand new to Neopets or started playing sometime after 2007, the designs you're used to may look something like this. This art style, called a converted pet, is what you're going to see most often when browsing the site. It's a very uniform, large-eyed, and brightly colored base with super clean lines and a more polished look. Almost all of these pets, except for Moroccan, Baby, and Mutant most of the time, have a similar pose, i.e. Cougars are all standing in one position. They kind of look like cereal mascots or a cartoon that would come to you in a dream to befriend you while eventually forming some kind of evil plot to end your life and take over your role at your job. That's not to say that this art style is bad or unworthy or anything like that, and I actually love a lot of the converted designs, especially because they're customizable. A lot of virtual worlds like Animal Jam, Webkins, or Club Penguin hinge on avatar or pet customizations, meaning you can dress up or accessorize your characters. This is also a lot of the time where things like memberships or premium currency enter. It's usually a moneymaker for the website. On Neopets, for a long time, this wasn't possible. Nowadays, you can customize your pet until your heart's content. You can purchase clothes with Neo Points, the in-game currency, or Neocash, the real money currency. Keep that in mind as we'll be talking about Neocash a bit later. Before customization was introduced, the only way you were able to change the look of your Neopet was paintbrushes. Of course, you can still paint your Neopet now, but that is in addition to clothing, wigs, and the like. Before 2007, paintbrushes were an incredibly different experience. Paintbrushes would not only change the color and sometimes features of your Neopet, but often the pose and style of the art as well. Take the Royal Girl Aisha for example. Once you painted a Royal Girl Aisha pre-conversion, it would become a cute little bipedal Aisha with a gorgeous gown, flowing hair, and turn pink. The Dargan Teko would turn into whatever the fuck this is. I don't know. Jesus Christ. We need to help people, I think. We need to help people so they don't make this. Things change a lot with paintbrushes in the old days. So basically, before 2007, paintbrushes would get you a completely different Neopet. Now, this wasn't always the case, as some of the more basic paintbrushes like purple or cloudy tended to just change the overall color of the base design, but when people are referring to old Neopets art, the more differential examples are most likely what they're discussing. These Neopets pre-conversion, or unconverted Neopets, are basically unable to wear any clothes. They can wear foregrounds and backgrounds, but that's it, no wigs, no nothing. So what happened in 2007? Why do I keep discussing it like the apocalypse occurred? Well, for a lot of people in the very niche circle of 2000s online games, it did. In April of 2007, the great Neopets conversion took place. The majority of pet art was swapped out for cleaner, more uniform, and now customizable alternatives, leaving everybody's pets looking completely different than they did mere hours before. Aishas lost their soft smiles to wide grins, walkies turned into men who refused to drink margaritas because they believe they're a girly drink, and many charming designs were left to rot away forever in old Neopets files. Most importantly, the charming stylized poses and dynamic look of the old art was removed in favor of a more corporate 2D vibe, which is almost never a good thing. Sure, we gained customization, which is something I genuinely really enjoy, and I do believe it adds to the game astronomically. I spend a lot of time making outfits for my Neopets. But the old art that was now missing had an incredible amount of fun and character to it, and it would be sorely missed by old players. All of the colors that had different styles were changed to more monotone versions of their previous art. It was a sad day for Neopets players to see something so deeply rooted in their childhood become another shill of corporate art. Their beloved pets would just never be the same, except not all pets had this new art style. Now, a lot of the colors were affected by this. All basic pets, cloud pets, purple, pink, you name it. They were all automatically converted. However, a few colors were left untouched and had to be manually converted in order to have the customization ability made available to them. Many gray pets, fairy pets, plushies, and the like did not automatically convert, although some species in those categories did. For example, the fairy Zafara was automatically converted and the fairy Zweetalk wasn't. I wish I could tell you why, but I genuinely can't. I have no fucking clue why some pets were allowed to remain UCs and some weren't, but that's Neopets for ya. Most people regard this as a kind of dumb decision, allowing some pets to remain the same old beloved art style they used to have and some just being fucked forever. Anyway, a lot of users chose to convert their pets in order to get access to customization, but others didn't, or simply moved on from Neopets and didn't log in to check on their pets. These unconverted pets, because of their rarity and specialized look, were now considered rare. You could not unconvert a pet, meaning once a pet was converted, it could not become a UC again. Likewise, if you created a gray Gellert after 2007, you would not receive a UC gray Gellert, you'd get a converted. Only pets made pre-conversion that had a UC version would remain UC. Basically, you had to be one lucky son of a bitch to still have a UC, and if you did, you could do quite a lot with it. There is a huge trading scene on Neopets, and I've already made a video on the converted side of things, but I didn't really want to delve into UCs there because it was already nearly an hour long, and I also just couldn't be bothered that day. But today, I want to touch on it, especially because only 1 week after posting that video, I broke into UC trading, because the universe as a whole hates my ass. Pet trading is a horrific beast, and if you'd like to understand the gist of that in general, I recommend checking out my other video or some of the trading guides I've linked in the description. UC trading is almost less intimidating due to the fact that it has more of a set-in-stone guideline, but it's more intimidating in the fact that it's taken pretty seriously. UC values are determined by things called tiers, which are listed on the pet page Marine at the moment. Tiers are determined by a couple things: how cute the pet is, how rare that specific UC is, and how well they've traded in the past. There are 10 tiers, from 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Things like plushie pets are usually higher tiers due to them being very popular, and things like mutants are near the lower tiers because they're not only common, but some of them are horrifically off-putting. I personally am a freak lover, so I enjoy them, but that's not usually the public consensus. This guide often gets updated as trading trends change, which doesn't happen quite as much nowadays, but the owner of Marine does a great job at the upkeep. Some pets, like the Darrigan-Waki, are super high in tier due to their extreme rarity. Darrigan-Wakis came out only a few months before conversion, so there aren't many of them floating around at all. Things like the Royal Girl Psy Bunny are more common, but also very popular, so they're in high tiers as well. You might be thinking, wait, isn't taste in pets subjective? Why do the tiers matter so much? Simply put, it's just kind of the way of things. Taste can make it easier to trade, but most people are looking to follow the tiers so they can eventually get to their dream pet. It's not gospel, and you can do whatever you want. God knows many people do, but it is important to familiarize yourself with the tiers if you ever plan to trade. So, how do you trade UCs? Anyway, the reason I don't want to go too in-depth about trading here is because it may very well change dramatically quite soon. Let's talk about NCUCs and kind of the sordid history behind them. After the conversion, many people contacted Neopets asking if they could change their Neopets back to UCs, and the answer was pretty much always, no, it's impossible to do that. I can sort of see why they would say this, because if you could just unconvert your Neopets, everyone would want to do it. However, it was not the truth. Neopets has always been able to convert and unconvert pets at will. In 2020, users discovered that a TNT, or the Neopets team, staff member had an unconverted pet, a Darrigan Bruce named Jungle Boo, that had been created long after 2007. In fact, this pet was created in 2013. According to TNT, this was impossible, so obviously a lot of people on the site were pissed. In what is assumed to be sort of a cover-up, Jungle Boo's age was quickly changed to note that his birthday was on the day of the site's launch, which clearly it wasn't. This only made the situation about 100 times worse as TNT scrambled to fix their mistake. Everybody saw right through what they were doing, and it was not a good look for them. I love you, TNT, but you fuck up. You fuck up sometimes. I'm sorry. A lot. I'll be truthful, a lot. And after this, Jungle Boo was eventually converted and had his age changed to negative 150,000 hours. So yeah, people weren't all that happy about the transparency about UCs from the team. In addition to this, Neopets has always been known to have the shittiest security known to man, which prompted several data breaches and glitches regarding account safety. My credit card information is in fact in this website, but it's cool and fine and it doesn't worry me at all. I'm cool with it. In fact, I want people to steal my credit card information. I think it would really give me a thrill. Some particularly tech proficient users were able to get into the site's backdoors and even create UCs without the team's knowledge. So not only was it confirmed to be possible, but random people were, for a time, able to create new UCs. Izzy is one of my favorite video essay YouTubers, covered this situation way better than I ever could, and I used her video as a cross-reference. They are an amazing YouTuber, and I literally couldn't have made this video without her hard work. The other thing about Neopets site security being so flimsy is that account hackers are rampant. If you had UC Neopets on an old account of yours, it's quite possible that that account has been hacked into by now. A lot of people have used this to make real money off of Neopets by mass hacking accounts and selling unconverted Neopets on the black market for up to hundreds of dollars, and thus leaving their original owners with nothing. This problem has been absolutely huge and caused plenty of heartbreak within the Neopets player base, so what TNT decided to do to remedy the problem was reverse every trade made with those stolen pets. You might be wondering why this is a problem. Clearly, if stolen pets are being traded, they should go back to their original owners, right? Well, many people do trade into UCs legitimately and have no idea they're trading for stolen pets. If they had a stolen pet anywhere in the chain of trades they made, all of those trades would be reversed, meaning that they lost their hard work and the pet they received from it. Some people would be left with no UC at all. In order to fix this issue, Neopets finally admitted that they were able to make UCs and began making things known as replicas. These would be brand new UCs created with any name the person chose and unconverted to match whatever pet they lost. They could only unconvert it to the pet that they had before though, no just random ones. I.e., if they lost a Royal Girl Psy Bunny, they could only make a Royal Girl Psy Bunny, not a plushy Shoiryu, not whatever the fuck, you know? This did mean that well-named UCs could be created in an instant, which some people obviously exploited, but the most important thing here is that Neopets admitted their ability to make UCs. The public, now knowing this, began asking TNT to bring back these UCs, or at least a way to get them. That brings us closer to the present. Neopets falls under new ownership, and the community has been begging for UCs for years now. Finally, the current CEO of Neopets, Dominic Law, discusses the issue and confirms that Neocash UCs are in development. Wait, what's a Neocash UC? It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Neocash is the real money currency in Neopets, used to purchase clothing, backgrounds, and special event passes. Neocash UCs were announced officially soon after Neopets became independent, and details have been slowly revealed since. At the moment, Neocash UCs will be released on a color-by-color basis. Evidenced by Neopets' socials, we seem to be starting off with Gray, Fairy, and Darrigan as the first colors to be released. In an announcement on the r/Neopets Discord server, TNT Luna revealed that NCUCs will be officially releasing on the 23rd, and that pound transfers will be down from the 18th to the 23rd, meaning no trades for us during that time. Now, quick disclaimer, this will be up to date when I post it, but the information could change at any given moment. It changes a lot, but the AMA is tonight, so I am about to come back with some more information once I hear it. I'll be taking notes the whole time, so bada bing, bada boom, see you in 3 hours. Okay, so I shouldn't have put so much work into that trading section. It was in fact confirmed that we are getting Gray, Darrigan, and Fairy in this drop of NCUCs. There was no price confirmed, so we still don't know. It was also confirmed that we will be getting UCs that weren't created before conversion, so like I said, the Zafara, the Gray Drake, we're going to be getting those. Some of the art was edited, like the UC Fairy Ixie, which now has a more bolder outline, which I don't know how I feel about that, but you know, okay, whatever, it's not a big deal. It still looks really pretty. It was also confirmed that the deluxe styling studio item that was received in the stocking stufftacular will be the same item used to make an NCUC. And then, I don't have a definitive answer on what was said here. I'm sure that the TNT members who spoke were only allowed to reveal so much, but it was a very interesting conversation. They mentioned something about UCs that were already created, so the UCs I've been talking about this whole video, not functioning the same way as they did before. Something about maybe having to go to the NC trading chat instead of the pound chat to trade them. That's an interesting decision. I don't really know what to say. Basically, at this point, NC and UC trading could become one, and UC trading as we know it could no longer exist. Anyway, yeah, NCUCs will be created at something called the Styling Studio. The new art will be here. I have nothing else to say. I don't know what to say. Okay, hi. It is the next morning. One more retcon for this god-awful video. Of course, I'm sorry about my morning voice, but we have a little bit more clarity, but at the same time we don't. Seemingly, from comments from TNT members, we can all reasonably guess that all UCs are going to be NCUCs. So what I said before seems to be true. They are all going to be converted and given an item similar to what they have for the NCUCs. Even if that particular species of NCUC isn't out, it seems like they will be getting an item. I don't have any kind of script prepared for this part. I have just been talking this over with my friends. I've been thinking about it, I've been stewing on it, and I can pretty much definitively say that I believe that this was the wrong decision. I know for people who aren't involved in the pet trading sphere that it may not seem like there is a huge massive market for trading, especially for UCs, but there is, and this will affect the site greatly. The trading section that I cut out featured a guide called Marine, and a couple of the clips that I used still had that guide, so if you were wondering what that was Marine, and Marine's owner announced that she was going into retirement. So trading is like not gonna be happening anymore. It might still happen in like an NC trading sense, but I really don't think there are gonna be shuffles like there used to be, and if there are, I will be greatly surprised. And people on Neopets tend to innovate pretty well, and I'm sure somebody will come up with something, but it'll be a buy-in market. If you owned UCs prior to this, I believe you will be able to get the NCUC tokens that come with them for free, so it's not like you will have to pay for a UC you already own, but I believe you'll have to get gift boxes to trade it, so it'll still be a buy-in market. As somebody who trades a lot, I have seen so many people who really had a big part in the PC quitting today. A lot of the thicker, bolder line art doesn't match what we wanted back with UCs in the first place, and people who had UCs are getting their art converted as well, so that's not fucking cool in my opinion. And they did this all right before shutting down the pound, so people couldn't really make the trades they wanted if they didn't want to be stuck with certain UCs or didn't want to do the buy-in thing. They shut down the pound. So I don't know. I'm disappointed in this decision. I'm disappointed with the lack of transparency that they've given us. And if you're wondering, I actually traded away all my UCs a couple weeks ago. I was just kind of like, I don't feel like it right now. I don't want to UC trade right now. I'm just like not in the mood. I traded them for names I liked. So I don't have any stake in this at the moment, but it's going to affect converted trading as well because UCs are usually the goal of converted trading. The Neopet black market has also shifted over to names instead of UCs already. Like, it didn't fix the black market either. I really just don't know what to say. I'm gonna keep making Neopets videos at this point in time, but I am extremely disappointed. And I know it's just a game, but I make videos on games, so I don't know, but I'm very disappointed. People have differing opinions on this. I wanted to give mine. Yeah, I'm not gonna retcon this video any further. I don't feel like there's anything I can add to it that would really not change in an instant, so this is gonna be it. Sorry it's shorter than usual. I had to delete so much of it. I really don't know. I have no clue where trading is gonna go. I have no clue where the site is gonna go, and I think if they wanted to retain players, this was just not the good way to go. This was not a professional way to go. The communication was extremely lacking, and I don't know, man. I really don't know. I have no idea where we're going. I'll still be making a video covering the NCUC launch and stuff eventually, but for now, I'm just kind of, disappointed. That's all I can say, really. I'm disappointed. I feel like this wasn't the move, and I'm interested to see where this goes, honestly. But wow, it's been a fuck-ass 24 hours, to be honest with you, and this is a fuck-ass video, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you so much, and thank you to all of my members. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.